And do you see women 45, 50 years plus single and happy as the norm?
As the norm?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, because the things that tend to make women happy are societal and familial bonds. Okay, so you have a 2 year old, right?
Yes.
All right, so there is a there is a trend that's been going on the last 10 years. When I was growing up, the largest cohort of single mothers were teenage mothers. But the trend is inverted now to the largest cohort of first time mothers are women in their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And women are having babies in place of husbands. The problem is once your child hits time to graduate, you'll be 10 years away from retirement.
Yes.
All right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Okay. And
Yeah, the house will be paid
because you'll get to what, travel and have all that. And you have a son or a daughter.
Yeah, and the house will be paid off and all of that.
You have a son or a daughter?
A daughter.
Okay. Hope it all works for you. I hope you maintain health. But that's not what typically happens for women. Health concerns. See, I have aunts that were like you, and they talk like you, and I've witnessed a couple of them die alone, and they regret what you're talking about because all you see is upside. You don't see any downside.
Well, that's because, like I said, I never really gave any real thought to what a man could add to my life in terms of fulfillment or happiness.
Well, and that's part of the problem with the world being civilized in general. Mm-hmm. And by the time you realize what a man can bring, because to me, what it sounds to me like a man is basically sexual release and a utility. Like a man has no real value. So, and you have not dated. The longest relationship you've had has been a year.
Yes.
That's unusual. Do you have any pets?
No.
Okay. Do you have any close relationships with women?
Yes. Outside of my family?
Yes.
Yes.
Enjoy. That's what I'm saying. You sound like one of these women is going to be a modern golden girl. But see, at your age, you still remember your 20s. Mm-hmm. I want to check in about 5 years from now when things really tip and your child is 2 right now. Yeah, see, right now your child is still in a cute phase.
Yeah, she's very cute.
Yeah. But see, when that child gets the personality of their own, and then her father is where?
I have no idea.
Right.
He's not in the picture at all.
When she starts, and so when she starts, and that's why. Why
don't I try to look for him?
Yes.
Well, if he knows where I live, I mean,
okay.
He has my number.
Okay. So here we go, folks. This is how the cycle is. Single mother gives birth to another single mother who has a daughter and going to repeat the cycle over and over again, and good. But your mother didn't teach you that a man was valuable, and you're basically, I make enough money and I'm fine. I can't wait till retirement. But your daughter is going to have something you didn't have. She's going to have the internet and a lot more information. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you something, ma'am. When your daughter, because that's her father, that's your man. That's the difference. You don't know where he is? I don't care if you know where he is based on you. Your child should know where her father is. They should have some sort of relationship. Because more likely than not, he don't want to be around. Did he say he didn't want to have a child?
Yes.
So why does he have a child?
Oh, not until after I had my child did I find out that my child is his 5th child and I'm baby mama number 4.
No. When you were pregnant, when he found out you were pregnant, did he say he wanted another child?
No, he told me to terminate.
Thank you. So you chose to have the child. So, ma'am, due respect, I'm just going to go there.
Okay.
You said you didn't use a condom.
Right.
That's on you. You chose to make a baby. And you chose to deal with a man who was impregnating 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I say the majority of kids in black.
I didn't know.
Excuse me, man. That's bullshit. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that.
Seriously,
No. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your homework.
Well,
You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your homework. You didn't do your home. You didn't do your homework.
It gets better.
You didn't do your homework. No, it doesn't get better because that's about to go off the rails. Because we have allowed women like you to just tell these woe is me stories. Here we go again. A woman almost 40 years old, baby mama number fucking 5, sitting up here talking about, she don't know where her dad is. The man told you he didn't want to have a baby. Did you make a man a father again? And here we go with this dysfunctional ass cycle. And we wonder why our community is wrecking. Exhibit A, the modern woman. I don't know where he is. Don't want to be around because he didn't want to have the kid in the first place. Fine. So why make the man a child? Why make the man a father? Go read the book Promises I Can Keep. Why poor women choose motherhood over marriage. I said it 2 days ago. It needs to be rewritten. Why modern women choose motherhood over marriage. She kept the baby because she knows she can't have a relationship with anybody. So at least she can have a child so she won't be alone. That has become the norm. You're smiling? Exhibit A. We see this all the time. Women getting pregnant in their 30s. That's what these women are. So when my critics and detractors come and tell us that we should wife up and marry these women, here it is. Marry this, wife this. Well, they don't think a man's worth anything anyway. They didn't use one man for his DNA, and you pick one who was loose with it. And then gonna say, well, I didn't know. You didn't do your homework. You let a man you didn't know shoot the club up raw. If you want to have a conversation, but we're not going to do this knocking on accountability shit. I have one thing to say before you, ma'am, I don't care what you think about this man. That's her father, whether he wants to be there or not. Do you know your dad?
My father passed away when I was 19, and no, he wasn't in my life in that way.
When you asked your mother about your father, what did she tell you?
I mean, throughout my life, my mom never spoke a bad word about my father.
And you never asked where your dad was?
No, I know where he was. And he would, like for my birthday, he would send me gifts. He lived in a different state. And he would call and, I grew up in the 80s, so.
So you don't feel like there was anything missing by not having a father around?
I mean, growing up, I think the focus was on surviving.
Do you not feel like there was anything missing by not having a father around, surviving or not? See, one thing we've done in the black community is we've said if a man don't have money, he ain't worth nothing. I reject that.
My father.
Ma'am, I ask you, do you feel like there was anything with just money? I ask you, do you feel like there was anything missing by not having a father around, not knowing who the other half of you is? Half of you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, ma'am. That's why that's part of the reason you don't understand the value of men, because half of who you are, you don't have any knowledge of. And your mother doesn't sound like she did anything to facilitate that knowledge. And what are you doing? You're doing the same thing. Half of your child This is a very sad way to live because only this happens in our community. 80% of our children are born out of wedlock. Is the black community better off today or back in 1940, Jim Crow segregation?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, I'm asking you a question.
No,
Is the black community better off today or back in 1940, Jim Crow and segregation?
The obvious answer is, during Jim Crow and segregation.
Why?
Well, because we had our own communities and we had our own businesses and our men were in the households
and we weren't as educated. We didn't have the disposable income, but we had families. And we understood that having rice and beans and a man and a woman and kids was better than eating sushi with a mama and her daughter. All I'm saying, ma'am, is you pick the man that you laid down with. You pick the man that you chose to have a child with. You knew when he said he didn't want to have a child, you decided to go through with the pregnancy. And I'm going to say it, you forced fatherhood onto a man because he couldn't force you to keep it if you wanted to terminate. Well,
and then I left him alone. I didn't bother him.
But see, the problem is, ma'am, and I'm gonna tell you if nobody else tells you. Unfortunately, when you decide to make that child, it stopped being about you. It's about her. That's her father. That's your ex-man. Your shit with him has nothing to do with her.